Hey there folks, I have a new knife for you. What I have here is the Boker Valaton Diskin dual action collaboration knife. This is a recently new release. I got this from PVK Vegas. I think they're the only purveyor that carries it. This is a hidden scale release. So cut to the chase because people have been commenting that I just open a knife, open a wallet. I'm going to open a knife. I'm going to open a knife. Okay, so you can open this one like a regular knife, right? It is a liner lock. Close it the normal way, right? Or you can use the hidden scale release, which is here in this Zytel material. So the hidden scale release works like this, pops out. Now, I don't know if you saw that. And of course, when you close it, the action is different when closing it. You do feel resistance because it is now an auto. It's an auto mode. That's why it's called dual action. So hidden scale release, if you haven't seen the channel before, this is not a real pivot. It's just in there to make it look like a pivot. I think it would have been kind of cool if they didn't put a pivot in there, or maybe put something a little bit more custom looking. But this is a Boker, so it is a budget friendly knife. I think this goes for 120. So hidden scale release. So basically you get your purchase on the scale and you push it that way. You push it this way. And it pops it out in auto mode. There's a lockup. Again, this is budget friendly, 120 bucks. The handle is Zytel, which is like a nylon resin, right? But it does give that nice G10 look to it. The knife is AUS 8, and you can see the V and D there for Butch Valaton and Matt Diskin. You can see the thumb studs there, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, it's almost got like a custom look to it. I didn't clean it. It's got oil on it, but you can see that it's got steps to the thumb stud. Pocket clip. I think the mechanism is, again, it's a collaboration with Matt Diskin. I'm not really sure what part they did. Now, I think they released this not under Boker, under Valaton and Diskin a few years ago. It was a bit of a hit, I think. So Boker now brings it to us at a reasonable price. I think the Valaton Diskin went for like about 220, I think, maybe 250. Now you get this Boker version for 120. I think the backspacer, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's Zytel too, or if it's the same material, or if it's G10. I would think it's Zytel also. But you can see it's a liner lock. It's got the lanyard hole, steel pocket clip. Yeah, it's interesting because, yeah, you can just open it like a normal knife. And if you're not aware of the hidden scale, unless you watch this video, you would just think it's a regular liner lock, and it's pretty smooth. Let me see if I can middle flick it. Yeah, it's pretty smooth. Pretty smooth. That on its own, it's pretty good. Look at the blade shape. It's got a nice little swedge there. The only thing, if I had to criticize, is they went too much on the billboarding. My plan is to go visit Nick Chuprin, who's been flaking me as of late. I was supposed to hang out with him this weekend. I would have had him take this apart, and I would have had him do something with the blade just to mask up, or maybe stone washes. You know what I want? I want a dark acid stone wash. You know why? Because this is the poor man's Matt Diskin, right? So I want it to look like my Diskin Fire, kinda, right? I mean, it's kind of similar on the top and kind of similar. It sweeps down on the bottom, but this is the Diskin Fire. So this, when I bought this on the secondary, I guess, technically. I bought this from Menevade. I think I paid $7.50 for it. I don't think they're in production anymore. If you remember from the past, I told you the story regarding this Diskin. Woo! It does have a louder fire. It is a Diskin Fire. But Nick actually messaged, now I don't know if you can do this now, but he called Matt Diskin, and he told Matt Diskin he's a big fan, and Matt Diskin offered to make Menevade this Diskin Fire. Now, because Nick told me that, I did the same thing. Matt Diskin wasn't as receptive. He didn't make me one. So I basically forgot about it, and you can see that was on the auto, and now this is the, that's awesome. That is an awesome knife. This is a liner lock. I'll get back to the story, but it's more really like a frame lock, kinda. It does have a steel insert, which is pretty innovative for Matt Diskin for way back then. But, so the story goes, Nick lost this in the snow. I think it was gone for like about a week until the snow melted. And then Nick recovered it. He cleaned it up because he is an engineer, fixed it up, and then he wanted to get rid of it eventually. And I bought it. I think I paid $750 for it. I've seen this go as high as like $1,000. I don't know if they're even available anymore. I saw on Blade HQ they had it listed, but it's gone. You might be able to get it at the show from Matt. I've seen them. Ferrucci actually bought one later on. His has a compound grind. So Lee had one. So now I have this is an awesome, awesome knife. I love it. I love it. I love it. So big fan of the Diskin Fire. So I saw this. I was like, that is awesome. You're making something affordable for the community. Works the same way. It's dual action. Of course, it doesn't fire out as strong. But you know what? It does the job. You get, it's a poor man's version of the Diskin Fire. It's awesome. It's pretty awesome. And if you got a friend that can, do some work for you and pimp it, modify it, Let me see. I forget. See if it's the same. Yeah, it's kind of like the same blade shape. Kinda. It's a little bit there. It's a little bit smaller. So the specs on this bad boy. This one, overall length is 8.4 inches, they're saying. I don't know. Is it? I wish I had actually, do I have a ruler in here? They listed at 8.4, but you can see that the Diskin Fire is a little bit longer. Again, it's AUS 8 on the blade steel. It weighs in at 3.4 ounces, so it's pretty light. And again, the handles are Zytel. The Diskin Fire. The Diskin Fire is LMAX on the steel. It's got this DLC coating on the blade. This weighs in at 4.2 ounces. And it's a little bit longer. It does have the carbon fiber scales. Yes, those are carbon fiber. I thought that was G10 initially, but it is carbon fiber, and it's got the lightning strike carbon fiber on the back spacer. It does have titanium thumb studs, and I believe the hardware is also titanium, only because I've seen different iterations where these are colored, like blue or purple or whatever you can do it. Yeah, pretty awesome. This is an awesome knife. I mean, dude, if you guys can get a hold of one of these, get a hold of one of these. But if you can't find it and you need something to quench your thirst, the Valaton Diskin Dual Action is pretty money. And again, it's $120. It's not going to break the bank. Get it at PVK Vegas. They got some good deals at PVK Vegas. I've been buying a lot of my stuff there. When you buy something, they offer you like kind of like reward points. So depending on how much you spend, you earn reward points, and then you can throw your points towards your next purchase. So it's kind of cool. Very cool. And I believe they're the only ones to sell this one. I think. I couldn't, if you Google Boker Valaton Diskin Dual Action, you probably can't even find it anywhere. I don't know why. It's a very limited run, I think, for whatever reason. But it's available at PVK Vegas. Anyway, guys, I just want to showcase that to you guys really quick. Powerful. All right, guys. Peace.